Okay, hello everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. I'm Roohindeep Kaur, and we here have Sahil with us. Now, welcome Sahil. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, and we have I have plethora of questions for you because today I would like to show students that what life is like at IIM, how can you achieve that, and what else you can expect, because a lot many questions that are very frequently asked from me, I'm going to ask those questions to you. Okay, welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, Sahil.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good
And
afternoon.
I'm very honored that you called me here.
No, no,
I'll
look,
I
this
hope
is all ours.
I'll clear all the doubts of the students.
That would be so nice. So, guys, I would want every one of you to type whatever queries you have regarding, IIM, what is the admission procedure, if you want to know what were the topics or questions or math के topics जो साहिल को difficult लग रहे थे, all those things you can ask from us. And in the meantime, Sahil, if you can answer this question जो मैं हर student से पूछती हूँ, when did you realize you wanted to go to IIM, and what was your journey like? Did you start from an early age, like I started preparing early and then I went into and cracked it, or was it like, okay, I just got to know about it, now I have to be very serious? What was your journey like?
Okay, ma'am. So going into an IIM from the beginning, it was my dream. Like from class 6 or 7, my friends used to tell that their brother is studying in IIM or something like that. So I had that dream that no, after graduation, I'll do an MBA from an IIM. So I took actually PCM, and I was doing BS Economics from a college. I was enrolled, and somehow I came to know about this IPMAT course. So I explored, I researched a lot, and then I found that yes, this is the right course for me. You know what I wanted to do from childhood. This is the thing. So I think I dropped the college, and from the January I started my preparation. So after that, I started preparing and I was very serious about it. Like everyone's first choice is IIM Indore. So I was preparing for IIM Indore, and I was going for IIM Rohtak too. Then IIM Ranchi and IIM Bodhgaya, IIM Jammu also announced their IPMAT course. So it was like a cherry on the cake. So it was really nice for me. Then I started really preparing very hard, and yes, I was there. So it was from the beginning that yeah, I have to go in an IIM, but after 12 I started preparing, not just after 12, but I took 6 to 7 months. There was a gap, and then I came to know about it and I became serious. So I would say 4 to 5 months of serious preparation.
Okay. So 4 to 5 months of serious preparation, already enrolled in a course, and then coming to know about it and saying, "Oh, I want to get into it because I remember one of my friends talking about his brother doing MBA."
Yes, ma'am.
Nice. Now
That's
that is something I called a plot twist. Going into some other direction, but then ended up in an IIM. And we have a question over here. So first thing I would like to tell you that there are 2 3 students out here who are like, hi bhaiya, big fan, dude. This is something I like, right? Because students are going after these actors and all these people, and yes guys, this is something that you should be fan of, because he's your age, almost same generation ke log ho tum log, and you are being fan of a person who went there and cleared an exam. I like it. And the next thing, question that is being asked is, that is, what type of problem was faced by Hindi medium student? Like, if there is a Hindi medium student preparing for IIM, do you think there is a problem for them? Is Do they face any trouble? That is a question.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, they'll face some problem because every IPMAT or IIM exam have a big chunk of verbal section. It consists idioms, phrases. It needs a good reading skills. So if you are studying in a Hindi medium, so you'll not have that chunk of words or that comprehending skills from the beginning, from the childhood, right? So you'll have to work extra from what we do, from what English medium students do. If they are working 5 hours, you have to give 10 hours more. it. So yeah, it's not impossible. It's obviously nothing is impossible. But if you work really, you do novels, you read novels, you read newspapers, you do the daily ritual things, you read Norman Lewis and stuff like that, journals, then you can definitely do it. It's not impossible. I
Okay.
would recommend.
So that is something, Sahil wants to tell us that it is not impossible, right? Even if you're from Hindi medium, you might require extra effort because I agree, English medium students, since their childhood, they are doing grammatical questions. You guys also have been doing, but we try to study and have our reading speed much faster क्योंकि हम लोग बाकी subjects भी English में पढ़ते हैं, right? So this could be a hurdle, but not a hurdle big enough कि आप उसको पार नहीं कर सकते, right? So working on your vocabulary, right? I think Sahil, that is one thing students can
Yes,
do.
ma'am.
Reading newspapers
Reading
and
skills,
journals and
yes.
articles, आपकी reading speed के लिए. And third thing is try to solve as many reading comprehensions as you can.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, because
The
that would
comprehending part is the main part. Just sake of reading, you're reading, and you're not getting anything in your mind. That would not work. People they focus on increasing their speed. That I'll do this word per minute, this word per minute. It's not like that. If you are not understanding it, so how will you succeed? So you have to build that comprehending mind that yes, I'm
not
doing
just
this.
increasing your speed, but also increasing आपका inference.
Yes, ma'am.
मुझे कैसे समझ में
Yes,
आए.
ma'am. You have to do active reading.
Yeah, active reading. Yeah, that is the word now. Active reading you guys have to do. Now, Sukriti wants to ask you if you could please elaborate upon how you prepared for the mathematics section. And now I would try to, kind of bifurcate this. You prepared for Indore, you prepared for Rohtak, you prepared for JIPMAT, right? So all the three IPMAT exams you gave, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If I'm not wrong, right?
Yes, ma'am. And
So,
DUJAT too.
level of mathematics is different in all three.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I would start with Indore because I think Sukriti is our student who is preparing for Indore as well.
Ma'am, okay. So I was from maths background. So I I did not give that much of time on maths that I gave out verbal, But if you're from non-maths background, you'll definitely have. People say that if you're not from maths background, you're not able to clear IPMAT. It's not like that. My friends are there and they are from the non-maths background. So about 40% paper of IPMAT Indore is of 11-12 part. And 60% is like basic arithmetic that CAT asks, like time, speed, distance, time and work, all those chapters. So if you really work, if you don't know, there are plenty of videos available on the YouTube. BYJU'S Exam Prep also, professors are teaching, faculties. It's just for free. You want to just explore, just read the concepts, read it, and do NCRT like 11, 12. Do every single questions of NCRT, and you'll be good to go. If you have the concept, you can solve the question in IPM Indore. Like people say that you need to have a good speed, yes, but you need to have that crystal clear concept. If you're not knowing the concept, they'll turn you like this, and you will not even imagine. Indore has TTA type questions where you can't solve the questions by shortcut and you just bring the answers or put the options like that. No, it has sectional cutoff and TTA type questions. So if you're not practicing it, if you don't have your concepts clear, you will not be able to get in through. Talking about Rohtak, yes, practice matters in Rohtak and JIPMAT because the level of questions is not that tough as compared to Indore. You need to have a good speed for that. If you're solving like your calculations are Vedic maths are very nice and stuffs like that, you'll be able to crack it very easily. It's just practice for Rohtak and JIPMAT. About DUJAT, you need to have 11, 12 hardcore calculus, basic calculus. But again, if you do NCRT, you'll be good to go. Like NCRT is the key for DUJAT. Nothing more than NCRT will come there. For Indore, you may solve, if you are done with NCRT, you may solve JE modules, JEE. Basic, very basic JEE names, not advanced modules. That would help you a lot in, building up your skills, like mathematical skills.
Expanding the level of questions because
yes, ma'am.
they are somehow similar.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Indore doesn't offer you like basic questions like this, that like you solve Arun Sharma and you get this type of question and that will come. No, you'll have to think there in exam that no, it is something different. So if you don't have concepts really, you can't apply 3-4 concepts from 3-4 different topics, you'll not be able to get through. So that is the thing. If you
Okay.
practice.
So I hope that answers your question, Sukriti, because he very clearly explained, Sahil explained us that the level of exam ka mathematics, like if I talk about Indore, if I talk about Rohtak and JIP Mat, the level of maths is different. So if you want to go for Indore, you need to make sure, because he very clearly told that you need to clear the cutoff. We also explained that in one of our videos, दैट आईपीमैट इंदौर में ना सिर्फ आपको मैथ्स के दोनों सेक्शंस का इंडिविजुअल शॉर्ट आंसर टाइप का भी एमसीक्यू का भी कट ऑफ क्लियर करना है, तीनों के तीनों सेक्शंस वर्बल का भी कट ऑफ क्लियर करना है, व्हिच इज नॉट द केस इन रोहतक एंड जेआईपी मैट, राइट? सो हायर लेवल ऑफ मैथ्स अगर आप कंसेप्ट करते हैं. So I would like to ask one more question, because a student few days earlier said, ma'am, can I skip few topics of higher maths if I am a non-math student? Right? What are the topics that I should, like, if I do at least 50% of the syllabus, will that do?
I would not recommend that, ma'am, because if you're doing a specific 50% part, and suppose the examiner, the person who is setting the paper decides that no, this particular chapters, I'll put a tough question, whom students will want to skip, and the another 50% which you have left, they'll put very easy questions from there. So you'll not be able to, if you read the concepts also, some questions are there which you'll just read the concepts and you have to apply and answers will come. So you don't have to leave. If you have time, definitely. If you don't have time, it's just 1 month left, then you can leave, just focus on what you have did rather than what you have left. So if you have time, definitely go for everything. If you don't, just focus on what you have right now. Just in hand.
Okay, perfect. Makes sense. Now, Prashant has a question. Okay, before that, we have a question. Acha, you are another fan. Aruna says, sir, autograph milega. If you make it to IIM, Aruna, yes. Take a screenshot. He's going to give you autograph. मेरी तरफ से मैं बोल रही हूँ. ठीक है? Make it to IIM. He's going to meet you there. Just show him the screenshot. We do this almost. ये ritual बन चुका है. ठीक है? In each and every toppers video, there's one student who says autograph मिलेगा, and I tell them कि screenshot लो. कॉलेज में जाओ और ऑटोग्राफ लो. This is your motivation. And Shivam wants to know, how do you prepare for logical reasoning, as Rohtak and JIP Mat are going to ask you for logical reasoning. Prashant, I'll come to your question as well.
I'm not only Rohtak or JIP Mat. Last year, Indore also had that team selection question that was from logical reasoning, and people were doing basic data interpretation. They were practicing that because that was the trend from last 3 years, and people were practicing that. But Indore, what they did, they add 5 questions of team selection. So it was a complete twist for everyone. Everyone was shocked. However, I practiced it and I solved those 5 questions. That was a good thing for me.
If you were working for Rohtak and JIP Mat, team selection is one of the topics which students.
Yes, ma'am.
I think this is less time consuming.
Yes, ma'am. It is very less time consuming, but it was kind of a shock to them.
Yeah.
Because they never expected that. They have only data interpretation questions like that. So if you're preparing for logical reasoning, I think, the coaching institute which you're enrolled in, they must provide you some kind of modules or something like that. That will be enough for any IPMAT exam. Nothing more than that. Yeah. Or if you want to go, if you're enjoying the process, like solving logically, some people do enjoy the process, and you can go for Arun Sharma's data interpretation and logical reasoning book. You can solve level 1 and level 2. That will be enough, more than enough. You'll be able to clear CAT after that. So IPMAT does not need that much of concentration on logical reasoning.
Yeah, because the level of questions is much easier. I would say
very much easier.
Increase your rank, in fact.
And I would say if you have a good maths, you'll ace in logical reasoning part. You'll not have any problem.
Agreed. I being the logical reasoning teacher, I can vouch for that. Yes. If you can apply logics in your mathematics, they are the basic logics that you need to apply in logical reasoning. And Prashant says, I am a JEE aspirant. Do I have to do anything extra for IPMAT?
Being an JEE aspirant, yes, if you're studying and, for the quants part, you have to do the 7, 8, 9, 10th topics, like basic arithmetic thing, time and work, time, speed, distance. Time, speed, distance is in physics like mechanics, kinematics, you'll do it. So, but time and work, number system, they also are a very vital part of the exam syllabus. So you have to solve those particular topics. Other than that, yes, you have to focus more on work, because JEE aspirants are only physics, chemistry, maths, physics,
Six
chemistry, maths.
chemistry labs.
So you just improve your reading skills and vocabulary and the grammar part, and you'll be good to go. Major proportion of our batch or Indore's batch are two of JEE students, JEE aspirants, because they don't get good colleges, like, or they get IIM Indore, so they leave other colleges and they go. So yes, you can do it, definitely. You just have to focus on.
I have a question for the thing that you just suggested, that yes, if you are working for, you are JEE aspirant, that means you're good with maths, you need to work on your English. And in English specifically, there is one very frequently asked question, ma'am, how do I do vocabulary? And my answer is, at least try with at least 2 words a day. Start from somewhere. You're going to make out few sentences. You're trying to, learn few words. But at the end of the day, you have to learn the concept of word making as well, right? So how to learn that concept of word making or understanding words?
Ma'am, I would say that Norman Lewis, Word Power Made Easy by Norman, that is the Bible of vocabulary.
Yeah.
I would not suggest anyone any other book. Just buy that book, and it's in the session form. It's very colloquial. Like, you'll feel that author is talking to you. You'll read one session and 10 words you learn. You'll not even imagine it. It's very, very good book. Very good book. So if you do that, it has around 47 to 48 sessions, and some exercises are there. So you keep doing that 3 times. If you do it throughout your preparation journey, you're good to go. If you do that, and if you start reading newspapers and journals, you'll get that word. Oh, I've read this somewhere. Oh, this word I've read this in Norman Lewis. You'll be going, like, it's not about learning 2 words by heart. That will work. No, 2 word, 60 days, 120 words. It's not going to work. You have to just put pressure on it, a bit pressure, because if you really want an IIM, you really want to do it, you have to learn. I used to mug up 10 to 15 words, sometimes 20, 30 words a day. I don't even remember. But, mugging up and then again reading something and finding that, no, I have read this somewhere. Then again opening the book and seeing what was the meaning. That will get into your mind. And after that, yes, it will be nice. So
not just learning and mugging up those words, but using them.
Yes.
Whenever coming across them, revising them.
Yes, ma'am, revising. Yes.
So I try to tell students, like, I'm a logical reasoning teacher, but I did this and it worked out pretty well for me. When I tried to learn words, I used to do this, that after every 10 day, whatever words I've learned, okay, so every day I used to write those words in a notebook, and after 10 days I try to make sentences out of it, right? So 50% of the words were gone.
Yes, ma'am. Almost 90% will go. You'll remember that thing only which you use or which you read.
Yeah.
Like, I read somewhere, it was a Japanese concept, like 21 days. If you read something on the first day, read it again on the second day, then on the 7th day, and then on the 21st day. Then you'll remember that forever. Like, you'll grab that.
The revision part, that is revision part, right?
Yes, ma'am, that is the revision.
Already told them that it is not just about mugging up. You have to somehow correlate to it later.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
you're reading, and reading helps.
Yes, ma'am. Reading is the key. If you have a good reading skills, nothing can stop you. Not the grammar part, idiom phrases, nothing. If you have read a lot, you're a good reader, nothing will stop.
Okay. So Vansh has a question. So before that, Tripti has a question. Hi, Tripti. Okay. So Tripti says, can I skip integration differentiation?
Ma'am, for IPMAT, yes, you can. And if you're not from maths background, then you'll not be allowed to give DUJ. So yes, you can definitely exclude that part, because IPMAT Indore, Rohtak, Bodh Gaya, Jammu, none of them ask integration or differentiation. So yes,
okay.
Skip that.
So, Tripti, I hope that answers your query. And Vansh says, from which class you started? I think Sahil already explained that he was.
Yes, ma'am. After 12.
You about it in class 7th, actually, right?
Yes, I thought that I do CAT and stuff like that, but after that, I came to know about IPM after class 12, so I started preparation.
In your class 7th, as you said, your friend's brother was, in IIM. Was it for the MBA course, right?
Yes, ma'am, for
Because
the
my thing
MBA course.
was
I
just
never knew about IPM thing.
yeah, nice. So once basically what happened, Sahil got to know about the MBA program. He wanted to get to IIM, but he did not know about the IPMAT part. He was already in a college. Okay, economics he was studying. But however, when he came to know that okay, after 12th you can join IIM, he worked for like 4 to 5 months very seriously. He's from a science background, and then these 4 to 5 months, he worked on his mathematics, he worked on his English as he's explaining right now. And this is how he started preparing for it. So even if you guys start preparing abhi, during your boards, it is possible. Can I say it is possible?
Yes, ma'am,
You are
definitely.
preparing nicely.
If you're a good student, you have a good mathematics or verbal thing, you're a good reader, avid reader, you can do it in a month. It's not a
Rohit also wants an autograph. Rohit, screenshot. You know the deal. You have to get into the IIM to meet him, right? And I watch for it. ये वीडियो के नीचे आके कमेंट कर जाना कि रोहित मैम ऑटोग्राफ नहीं दे रहे देखो. ठीक है, so I'll make sure I get it done. So Prashant, if you're weak in English, he clearly gave you so many tips. ठीक है, reading comprehension is something that you can do. You can work on your vocabulary by learning the meanings of the words and how to make words from Norman Lewis. That is a book, take care, for vocabulary to learn books, to learn words, sorry, right? And then okay, so Hani says, how many hours did you study and what was your study motivation? I would like to know the motivation part as well.
Ma'am, people watches videos on YouTube and they study. I never did that because that stays for only 2 days, 3 days, or 5 days, or maximum 10 days. And after that, you'll be back to your initial position. If you really have that inner motivation that no, I have to get to that place at any cost, then nothing will stop you. No Instagram, Snapchat, or WhatsApp, nothing. My my friends used to uninstall WhatsApp and Instagram. I never did so because I never wanted to open. I just opened it when I went to bed, like 1 to 3 minutes scrolling down, replying to the messages, and that's it. If you have that inner motivation, nothing will stop you. Nothing will, you'll be like, nahi, jana hai, to karna hai, bas yahi karna hai. You'll be like that. So if you have that thing in your like mind that no, I have to do it, then nothing will stop you, nothing distraction. On the number of hours, see, it depends. I never saw hours. I basically set daily goals, daily targets or weekly targets. And if I haven't completed it, I may give 10 to 14 hours maybe. And if I've completed in 4 hours, then after that I would chill, I would relax, I would play guitar or something like that. I would do something. But you know, you have to set targets, honest target, be honest with yourself, be consistent, not your yes, ma'am. If you're studying one day 14 hours and another day you're not studying at all, it will not. 4 hours daily, enough. So it depends. Everyone has different capacity. If I'm learning something in 10 minutes, maybe my friend will learn in 5 minutes. So you have to give the time, like what your brain needs. So I would suggest that. Just do what your brain needs.
Hope that answers your question. So, Ani, I would like to conclude that in a way that he says, if you know a concept, like if you can learn it in like 10-15 minutes, good, practice on it, like try to say, okay, I'm going to solve at least 30 questions on it, right? So if you have a target of solving 30 questions, if you have done it in 2 hours or in 1 hour, that is your capability and it works perfectly for that. Rohit says your covers are too good. I did not know about this. I would like to follow you, Sahil, right? So, which is the latest cover you did?
Ma'am, I'm not doing it right now. I'll
That
start
right
again.
now.
No, not right now.
Okay, so we were talking before this interview happened. So I was talking to Sahil, and Sahil told me one thing about the interview question. Sahil, so what was the first question that the interviewers asked you while for the selection, the personal interview process?
Ma'am, for the Indore part, okay, so I had these two interviews before Indore. I had IPMAT Rohtak's and I had Christ University's interview. Christ University was quite easy, but IIM Rohtak was also very easy. But when I sat in IIM Indore's interview, I was expecting they'll ask me, where are you from? Or tell me something about yourself. When I entered, they greeted. hi Sahil, how are you? Good. How are you, sir? Good. Okay, tell me something. And the question was from fluid mechanics. I don't even remember the question, the terminologies. So they were like, this. If you have this road, and I was like, what? I was shocked for a moment. I was blank, and then they saw that and they said, okay, let's move to some other question. Then they started from electricity. Again, I was blank, and they answered the question from magnetism. I answered some of them. I was not able to answer more of them because I was a dropper. I was not studying physics. Even in 11 12 I was not more focused on physics part, and they were expecting me to answer it after 1 year. So then they asked me, what is your favorite part in physics? So I said, sir, modern physics is the part I focus on. Then they said some terminologies I haven't heard that in my life, never. So I was unable to answer them. Then they went to mathematics. Mathematics, I was able to answer every single question. They asked me to draw graphs. They gave me a question, sets, basic function questions. They were quite easy. After that, they asked me about GK question. They asked that you're from Patna and you're coming to Indore. So if you're on a train, coming via train, which major cities and states will you pass? So I answered because my geography was good. So I answered it. So it went like that. But the overall interview went really, really horrible. So that was the
Even if it was horrible or something, that is something you learn from it, right?
yes, ma'am,
That is a very
definitely.
wholesome experience. Like, okay, you cannot go to an interview unprepared.
Yes, ma'am,
If
definitely.
you're from a
It's
certain background, you are kind of representing it, so you should not leave the basics of it.
yes, ma'am.
Which leads me to the next question. And Vishal, this is somehow related to your question as well. So I'm going to put my question first because I'm the interviewer. So I'll come to your question later. What are you currently studying at your IIM? And for those who do not know, Sahil, tell them which IIM are you studying from?
I'm from IIM Ranchi right now.
Okay.
So we have a tri-semester course there. So we have 3 semesters in an year. So in the first semester, it's kind of very diverse. I think we have around 40 to 43 subjects in first 3 years. We have to study courses. So first semester, we had this business mathematics, like linear algebra, mathematics, and all. Uh, Physics, we had physics. We have to study
Nice
physics.
physics. Now listen to this very carefully. For those who are
Phys-
saying, "Ma'am, क्या फायदा IIM रांची में जाके ये तो नया नया शुरू हुआ है." Please listen to this.
yes, ma'am. So we have physics, and we had communication skills,
Hmm.
Indian literature. We had to study
Okay.
literature, and we have business history of India. So we have these 5 things. And in the next term, I would say we have psychology, we have biology and chemistry, life sciences. We have mathematics, calculus again, and we have communication skills, and we have arts appreciation. That will like we'll study every single subject like any other graduation students are doing, like physics, chemistry, maths, environmental science. We have coding, Python. I don't know the language, but we have coding. We have macroeconomics, microeconomics, like every BBA program is having in India. But other than that, we have natural sciences, psychology, philosophy, sociology, subjects like that too. So it's very diverse.
Diverse for a reason. Now, Vishal, I'll come to your question. So Vishal wants to know whether you're very confident about the IIM right now you are in. Because I'll tell you why that question is there. Because students are very, they're like, okay, ma'am, because I am Jammu, I am Bodh Gaya, I am Ranchi, they're relatively super new to these 5-year integrated programs. So we are not very confident about it. And IIM Indore is super difficult, right? So
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is the idea behind this question, I hope, Vishal, right? So what would you like to say to those students who okay, so there are three steps to this question. First is, how confident are you about the new integrated program? The second thing is, students are often comparing between integrated program and doing MBA after appearing for CAT and clearing the exam. And the third one is that what are the placement differentiation paths? Am I going to get more placement offer if I am, getting into IIM after class 12th or after I clear CAT? So these are the three major parts of this question.
Okay, ma'am. So how much confident I'm really confident. That's why I'm paying that much of fee and I'm studying into an IIM. It's not just the money or something like that. It's the tab, the peer group, the professors, the exposure which you get in the college. If you're studying in some local college and you're studying in a central university in an IIM, that will make a difference, definitely, which other people can't see. You'll have that exposure. We have, okay, let me tell you about this something. We are doing a rural development program. So Jharkhand government, no, central government has allotted like around 15 lakhs to every group of women. And we, IPM people, have to establish the business for them. So, from the first year we're establishing business, we have that money. We are doing the stuffs. So we are learning that much. Will you get that in any other college? No, obviously. Second, comparing it with Indore, obviously, they are running this program from last 10 years, 11 years, I don't know. So we can't compare that. We are in the learning phase, obviously. But if you're getting into Indore, there's no question. Obviously, if you don't want to do BTech from IITs, then it's the best option for you, I would say. Second is like IPM and CAT. So you get a BBA degree after 3 years. And after that, you'll get an MBA degree. You'll be merged with the normal MBA batch, the person who are coming from CAT, right? So that will have barely a difference. People say this because they think on the degree there will be an integrated program. It's nothing like that. You'll get an MBA degree. So people will not differentiate you. Talking about the placement thing, IIM Indore has showed that IPM people are really good at placements. They are grabbing good placements and right. Just after 12, you do 3 years of graduation, and then after 2 years, MBA. So you don't have that work experience. Your peer group who are coming from CAT, they have work experience. They have worked for 1 year, 2 years, 6 months. So definitely they have much exposure than you. So they'll have good job opportunities, obviously. So it's not like any fresher who is joining just after graduation will have the same thing which you are having. So it's just the job opportunity. It's just the exposure, the work experience. If you are new, you're a fresher, you'll get that. And if you're really good in college, you'll get
5-year integrated program. Even if you are a fresher that graduated and then came to IIM as a fresher.
That is same. Yes, ma'am.
That is same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, a company want an employee that who has worked before in a company. That's why we look for internship and all. So it is a very logical thing that yes, if the person is from WorkX, 50%, 40% people in IIM are from WorkX. So that will definitely make a difference, a small difference, not a big one.
That is the very small difference is about, okay, so after, you clear your CAT, जो लोग clear करते हैं, some of them are working professional guys. Try to understand this. This is very important. Some of them are already having good packages and then leaving it for the sake of MBA, right? To get into IIM, to get even better packages. So if we compare ourselves with that, we do not have that experience. So you cannot compare a fish with a bird, right? Who has already known what the skies are like. Fine. So that is the basic difference. And so Hani says, if we do 5-year integrated program, then after 3 years, no, you do not give CAT if you want to stay in the same IIM, Sohani. Okay, so if 5-year integrated programs means that from the same IIM, you get your 3 years BBA program degree plus your 2 years MBA, but you have a choice that after 3 years, if you want to, say, okay, I'm done with IIM Ranchi now. I've learned my things over here. I like to clear CAT and then go to some other IIM, right, to get more information. Which brings me to my next question. Do you have visiting faculties from other IIMs as well?
Yes, ma'am. So, we had just our second term is starting from next day. So we had this first term and all the faculties were visiting. Like we had only one faculty in Business of History of India who was from IIM Ranchi, the permanent one. But other than that, everyone was like there was a communication skill teacher who was from IIT Kharagpur, from IIM Bangalore. She has, Harsh sir, I don't know. He did his thing from I think IIM Ahmedabad, and we had a physics professor from BIT Mishra. So he taught engineering students. So, you'll not complain about professors, I guess.
Like, you cannot complain about the professors. It is not just you who is going to give your all in when you go into a new, 5-year integrated program. It is the university who wants the results as well. So they would want the best from you. It is their reputation as well, I believe. Jo,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know the word. कि उनकी reputation भी है. दाव पे okay, if that is the word. ठीक है, I'm very short at words of Hindi. I'm very sorry about that. So I believe अगर मैं logically सोचूं, if even in a layman's language, यूनिवर्सिटी चाहेगी यार कि तुम लोगों को बेस्ट प्लेसमेंट मिले, क्योंकि फ्यूचर में बच्चे उसी चीज को देख कर आएंगे. ठीक है.
Yes, ma'am.
एंड अगर मैं साहिल की बात को if I'm interpreting it very nicely and clearly over here, that is फर्स्ट ईयर में उसका सेकंड सेमेस्टर शुरू होने वाला है. टिल दिस टाइम ही इज ऑलरेडी लर्निंग हाउ टू establish a sort of employment opportunity in rural areas. But that
Yes,
is something you do not get to do every day.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
am a graduate. I did not experience much of the internships in the later part of my second year. ठीक है. So the opportunities that you get at IIM, whether it is Ranchi, whether it is Jammu, whether it is Bodh Gaya, all these things are going to be there. I hope that answers your question, because this is a question I am asked this question in every session about IPMAT. Ma'am, CAT को ज़्यादा weightage मिलेगा? No, that is not the case. Right. So you guys have to understand that your learning does not stop by entering into IIM. It starts. He's learning physics right now, and from the professor of IITs. Okay, the
Yes,
best
ma'am. BIT.
out there are teaching you, and they clearly have an agenda that if you want to go to a multinational university who is multinational company who is working for engineering background, you should know the basics of physics. You
Yes,
should know
ma'am.
how things are working,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Everything is working out in a very detailed manner out there. So, Sahil, let's just try to sum it up. And guys, if you have any more questions, because I am getting this message on the poll that I have a lot of questions, feel free to chalk that out in the comment section. Feel free to do that. We'll be helping you with your queries. So one thing about Sahil's journey was he knew he wanted to do MBA from IIM, but after learning that he could go after class 12, he prepared for 4 to 6 months, right? 4 to 5 months. Okay.
Yes.
From science background, clearly dropped a year, but पूरा साल तैयारी नहीं करा. Half of the year he was working diligently. Did not at all thought about कि okay मुझे यही IIM में जाना है. His options were very open. You appeared for IPMAT, Rohtak, Indore, JIPMAT, and I think JU'S as well.
DUJAT and Christ University.
Christ University. Okay. And what was your experience at DUJAT as well? Because a lot many students who are going to prepare for IPMAT are going to prepare for DUJAT.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. I just gave it because at that time I entered when I paid my fees for IIM Ranchi, that I knew that, yes. But I got a decent rank. I would have got good college, but I left it. I never sat in the counseling, so I never.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Makes sense, because see, this is the part of the motivation, because once you get a motivation that okay, I want to get into this particular area, and a question पूछा था मैंने साहिल आपसे before we started the interview, that what is your future plan, and for that you gave me a very good answer. I would like you to repeat that what are your future plans? What after this 5-year integrated program? What is the career choice you're going to make? Now, guys, this is one thing that is for those students who are pretty much confused. So I would like Sahil to answer this question.
Okay, ma'am. So it is like, it will be very unfair for me to decide it right now. I have to explore it. I have got this opportunity to study into an IIM like 3 years. So I like to explore. I like to explore every part. If I decide that no, I have to do finance after 3 years in MBA, I'll do finance. So I'll be a bit biased and I'll just focus on the finance part, on the finance internship and all things like that. But right now I'm working with a firm which is offering me like marketing, digital marketing, sales internship. I'm working with the Vandhan team. I'm in the institution development thing. So I'm getting the exposure of HR thing too. For the finance, I'm investing in crypto and I'm learning trading and all. So I'm getting every kind of exposure. So after 3 years, definitely I'll decide that no, this thing I'm very much interested in. I think I'll be very good at it and I'll enjoy it. So after 3 years or 5 years, I'll not have that regret that no, I decided this, it was a wrong decision. No, nothing like that. I'll explore. I have that exposure. I have that peer group who are best. We have peer group from like 23 states from India. So we have that diverse culture. So they have that different perspectives. So I have that thing. Plus, about startup things, it's a new trend in India, like doing people are doing startups. So definitely if I have an idea, a good idea, or someone have a good idea, so I can definitely work for it. So it's not decided yet. I'll explore and then I go for it.
Okay, now I don't know. Usually, I don't take questions like that, Ankur, because I feel that no matter what a person has accomplished, whether and from an IIM or from a simple university or not, someone who has not no education experience, I believe all of them. It depends on their hard work. So that is my answer to your query. So I would like to ask you, Sahil. There's this question. He said, differentiate between entrepreneurship and employment after completing MBA. Okay? Because
Yeah.
there is this person, MBA chai wala. First of all, he's not MBA. I
Yes,
recently,
ma'am.
I don't know why I opened that particular interview of his, but he very clearly mentioned that I'm not an MBA, right?
Mhm.
And who stands from zero, but he's a millionaire. And hats off to that guy. He
Yes,
has
ma'am.
skills, bro. And some people have it. No, I'm not comparing him to Einstein, okay? But before Einstein, there was no person who was that. I mean, there were persons who established for a fact that physics is a thing. But going for hard work is something that Einstein chose. Even if people around him were saying, "Oh, you are dumb," or probably, "Oh, I don't understand," "Oh, you're too much," or too less, or whatever, right? So if I say the chai wala thing, he did not listen to whatever his circumstances were. He did the hard work. So the differentiation between the two things that you're asking me is working hard to get into a position to get a job security is also okay. Working hard to establish your business is also okay. What is your take on it, Sahib? This is my view because I believe both of them are very equal.
Yes, ma'am. Both of them are very equal. Like, just for sake that people are pressurizing you that you don't have to take a 9 to 5 job, you can't become a millionaire, you can't earn more because you're just working like a slave. It's not true. Obviously, the major chunk, people only see one or two example, but we can't just depend on the exceptions. People say Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg dropped from the college, but you know how brilliant they were. They dropped from MIT, not some other colleges. So if you have that skill, your thing, you have an idea, good team, you have a good managing skills and everything like that. You have everything good. If you have a good idea that will work in the market, you can definitely go for a business thing. You can become an entrepreneur. But if you don't have it, it's very normal to work with a firm like in this initial state. It's very, very quite normal. People want that. People want
So that's
stability in that.
you're earning something decent out of what you are providing to a business as an employee.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're also required for a business, dude.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everyone is not meant for everything. You are
Yeah.
good at something, you do something. It's not just a rat race that everyone is running behind. You'll go and join.
But
It's not like that.
with all due respect to your view, Ankur, I think Sahil, would like, I think Sahil, we both agree on the same page that no one looks at the failures first.
Yes, ma'am.
You
Exactly.
had your failures.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Everyone
Obviously.
has their failures, But when we succeed in something, we celebrate that person. You
Yes,
should
ma'am.
celebrate your failures as well, right? Because that is what helps you to understand things in a much better way. Where am I wrong? What is that I'm doing wrong? Like Sai just said that he's exploring everything. So he wants to know whether he's good at something or he's best at something, and then probably you want to go with the best or something that works out best for you, right?
Yes.
So that is one thing. And Supriya has a question. Okay, what will be good for BBA with digital marketing, right? Or should we do digital marketing in master degree? Supriya, I think you asked this question earlier as well, right? Sai, do you have any take on this? That digital marketing in an undergraduate or digital marketing after graduation and getting into masters?
Ma'am, I don't have any idea. I have seen this that people are doing digital. It's a new thing, right? People are doing it. People are earning because of digital marketing. So I don't know if there is a specific degree about it or something like that.
There
But
is a specific degree.
okay, I'm not aware of it. I
Okay.
can't answer that.
Okay. So Supriya, probably Sahil cannot answer this question, but as I told you, I think in a session earlier, I explained this to you that I would want you to do one thing. Try to search the universities which are listing marketing and digital marketing के different uh, offer you program, right? वो चीज आप list करो and then try to find out what are they teaching you. Like Sahil just explained us that he is learning each and everything. Like he's going to learn biology, he's going to learn about physics, right? And he's going to learn about whatever aspects of business he requires in the future. So this is what his course offers him. So if you want to go to digital marketing, I would want you to talk to a certain university's alumni or teachers or whatever subjects they are offering you, and try to understand logically if that are going to help you. Now that is my take of going choosing any stream. That is what I do to explain. I'm going to work on this, Supriya. I'm going to bring out an answer to you. I think I should help you with this. And Ishika says, sir, since your classes have started already, can you tell about your life at IIM? Okay. He wants to probably explain that again. What is your life at IIM? Ishika, you already answered that, but okay. Can you just elaborate a bit more?
Yes, ma'am. It's kind of good. I have a very good friend circle. So, if you get the people whom you really like your personal group, you think that no, I belong to this group. So you'll have that group because people around are from like 23 states. I mentioned that earlier. So there is a diverse. You'll definitely find a person for you. So you'll find good friends. There is a peer group that. But there was I think in Indian literature, yes, we got a multimedia project. And ma'am, the project, when we saw the project, it was so nice. Well, people are making films, they're rapping, they're doing stuff like role plays, and they're making meme slides, everything. They're making song playlist. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, just wow, how talented people are here. So it's about the peer group. The life is really nice. It's kind of hectic sometimes. I was from a science background, so I never liked history and all, but I have to study business history of India. So it has like two books and you have to study the whole book. So it was kind of boring, but hectic. But you know, it's not just inside classroom learning, it's outside classroom learning. You get a lot of group projects, assignments where you have to work with the group. You have to learn how to work in teams. So it's really nice. Plus, you have that IIM thing. You'll get a lot of quizzes and things going on. So it's good. Yes.
Okay, so Akanksha, Ishika, I hope that answers your query. Life at IIM is good. And the team, I would like you to please take a note on Supriya's query because we are going to do a session on it soon. Right, Supriya? So I'm going to research on it. You can have my word on it. Okay, I'm going to research it and we're going to do a video on it soon. Okay, I cannot promise you next week, but soon, like in 10 days or something, we're going to do a video. Right. And okay, so today I not only just tried to tell you what all were the difficulties that Sahil experienced, right? And we also tried to know how did he manage to get into IIM. He's in IIM right now. He's going to start his second semester, but we also understood that A very frequently asked question, ma'am, CAT is better, IPMAT is better. Shall I go for any other college and then come to CAT? I try to answer that as well through the person who is right now, at an IIM, and who tried to understand what kind of, life you're going to get there, what kind of learning experience you're going to get there. And one more frequently asked question was, ma'am, what is, the chance that I'm going to get good teachers? He clearly explained that you're getting the best faculties out there. This curriculum is good. They're trying to give you whatever you need. And at the same time, it is not just theoretical, it is also very practical,
Yes.
right? So, having that being said, if you have any other queries for Sahil, feel free to, write that in the chat. Or Sahil, any other things about IIM that you would like to. How was your interview? Okay, Sadika. So he gave an answer for that as well. How was your interview? Okay, good or bad? At least you could tell me. Like you said, IIM Indore was horrible.
Indore was horrible. Rohtak was good.
Okay.
Ranchi was
And
excellent.
what did they ask you in Rohtak?
Ma'am, same. Some physics questions, some, but I knew the answers. Like they were very basic, not like a fluid mechanics or something like that. It was basic questions from mathematics, GK, and physics. So I answered all of them. So it was very good, I would say.
One more question about that. Guys, did you listen to this GK? For those who are telling me in the chat section or in the paid classes or in the free sessions that ma'am GK तो पूछते ही नहीं है ना, तो आप मुझे क्यों बोल रहे हो कि न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ो, आप मुझे क्यों बोल रहे हो कि अपने करंट अफेयर्स के साथ इन टच रहो?
Yes, ma'am.
Because
You need to be updated. Actually, what is happening around?
and written ability test, would you like to explain something about the written ability test at Rohtak?
Ma'am, we didn't have in any of the I because of the COVID they canceled. But maybe from
Next.
next year or from after that we'll
Right.
have that. So what you can do is like you have to be parallel, not like if you have got the call then after you start writing. No, just keep it on weekends. Give half an hour, write it. Choose a random topic, and I used to do so. I chose a random topic from newspaper. I saw that, and I used to write by my own, and then I send it. I used some of my friends or teachers, and they checked it. They checked, okay, this is good. This point should be included, excluded, something like that. And yes, you have to do that parallel, not like, okay, I'll get the call, then I'll do that. You have to do it from the beginning.
Kansha has a question for you. Supriya says, ma'am, for any entrances, what kind of GK? Supriya, for that beta, Salek sir is giving you free sessions at BYJU'S Exam Prep. He's giving you at 2 p.m. every day, is telling you what kind of GK is important. And Rabia ma'am takes care of all the current affairs part as well at YouTube. ठीक है, आप वो भी देख सकते हो. They are the best people to tell you what is important from these perspective. And Akansha has a question. She says, Sahil, are you taking any additional courses to enhance your career trajectory?
Right now, I'm learning some skills from Udemy. I'm
Okay.
learning web development and Excel. So
Hmm.
I know that Excel is in our course in the third term, but I just wanted to learn that. So I'm learning that. Apart from that, I am doing internships and all. So I'm involved in a lot of things in college. So it's okay for me right now. I'm just exploring.
Okay.
Whatever I'm getting, I'm getting my hands dirty.
Okay. Supriya, past days current affairs, how many past days? From past 1 year, like that is the current
Yes,
affair.
ma'am.
1
1
year.
year or 6 months, specifics to 6 months, or anything big that happened in 1 day. You have to know about.
Yeah. So I think that covers the reading part as well. Sahil said that you should be reading newspaper because not only it helps you with whatever you have learned in vocabulary, but also helps you in reading speed as well as learning the new current affairs, right? So I've seen one of your videos on YouTube where you sang a song. Seems like a good singer. Can you please? Okay, okay. Uh, Can you do that? Like, I would not like to pressurize you.
Mm, no, ma'am, it's fine. I think my throat is not good right
Ishika,
now.
see, honestly, I am not the person who would like to pressurize anyone. I am being a tone deaf person myself, right? So Ishika, I think you should go to his YouTube channel. Okay, subscribe our YouTube channel as well. Hit that bell icon so that you do not miss out on any of the videos. And I think that is it from our side, because we have answered the questions about what you should learn, how you should learn, what is the life at IIM, what can you expect in the placements, is CAT is going for CAT better or doing IPMAT better? All those things we have answered. Take care. Oh my goodness, Aruna, कुछ भी. Okay, anyways, then let's call it a day then. And it was so nice talking to you, Sahil.
Thank
As
you.
I always say, from you topper guys, I learn a lot, and from you I've learned that do not settle down for something you have already accomplished. If you get to know about something more, okay, it is always better to go after it. It is always better to work hard for something. Like as Sahil already told us that he was in a college doing his economics undergraduation course, but he realized that he wanted to go to IIM after class 12. He worked hard for it, and that is something you guys should learn over him, right? Okay. So that is it from my side. Any last words for the students who have just started preparing, Sahil?
Ma'am, nothing much. Just be consistent. Consistency is the key. That's it. You'll be good.
So consistency is the key. You guys should be working very hard, and it is not about the number of hours. It is about the targets that you have set, as said by our topper for today. And we are going to meet you guys soon in the next session. Till then, please take care of yourself. Right. Thank you so much for being in the session, Sahil.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I had fun as well.
Nice meeting you. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.